Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the House voted to censure Democrat Al Green today for disrupting President Trump's address to Congress earlier this week. 10 Democrats joined Republican members in passing the resolution.
The House to come to order. Clear the well, please. Clear the well. The House has to continue its business.
A chaotic scene followed the vote as some 20 fellow Democrats joined Green in singing "We Shall Overcome" and refused to leave the well of the chamber. Speaker Mike Johnson eventually declared the House in recess. Later on the House floor, Green defended his protests and addressed the president directly.
You're a Goliath. But, Mr. President, there are Davids among us. Your incivility can no longer be tolerated. It has to be met with righteous indignation and righteous incivility.
On Tuesday night, the representative from Texas took issue when Trump claimed to have an historic mandate from voters. Green refused to sit down and shouted at Trump before Speaker Mike Johnson ordered him removed from the chamber. Presidential addresses to Congress have grown more contentious in recent years. In 2009, Republican Representative Joe Wilson was formally reprimanded by the House for shouting at then-President Obama. Republican lawmakers also interrupted Joe Biden during his speech last year. A judge in Baltimore agreed to reduce the sentence for Adnan Syed to time served today. That means the 43-year-old will remain free, even though his murder conviction still stands. Syed's case gained worldwide attention through the Serial podcast. He was sentenced in 2000 to life in prison for the murder of his former high school girlfriend. Syed also always maintained his innocence and was released from prison in 2022 after prosecutors found problems with the case. Since his release, Syed has been working at Georgetown University's Prisons and Justice Initiative. In South Korea, a pair of fighter jets accidentally dropped 8 bombs on a civilian area during a joint military exercise with U.S. forces. The incident took place in the city of Pocheon, near the country's heavily armed border with North Korea. Camera footage caught the moment of impact. At least 8 people were injured, 4 of them seriously. South Korea's Air Force has apologized and offered compensation to the victims. An investigation is ongoing, and all live-fire training has been suspended until further notice. Pope Francis was heard in public today for the first time since being hospitalized with double pneumonia nearly 3 weeks ago. In an audio message broadcast to the faithful in St. Peter's Square, the 88-year-old pontiff spoke directly to those who've supported him.
Agradezco de todo corazón las oraciones que hacen por mi salud desde la plaza.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your prayers for my health, Francis said in his native Spanish. His voice was notably weak and breathless. A cardinal stood to the side, presiding over the evening prayers. Doctors say Pope Francis has been stable for 3 full days, though his prognosis remains guarded. In space news, U.S. company Intuitive Machines said this afternoon that its Athena lunar lander did touch down on the south side of the moon today, but they could not confirm whether it's upright or indeed even where it is. Earlier, all had appeared well for the 6-legged robotic spacecraft as it began its descent, but some 20 minutes after touchdown,
we are working to evaluate exactly what our orientation is on the surface.
the company could not confirm its status. After a few tense moments, the live webcast abruptly ended. It wasn't until hours later that the CEO of Intuitive Machines confirmed that the lander is not, quote, in the correct attitude on the moon, but that it is returning data. The mission comes almost exactly 1 year after an attempt by the same company resulted in a spacecraft landing on the moon but tipping on its side. Amid the confusion today, shares of Intuitive Machines fell about 20%. And jazz musician and composer Roy Ayers has died. He was a master of the vibraphone, as well as an accomplished keyboardist and vocalist who brought a whole new sound to jazz. His 1976 hit, Everybody Loves the Sunshine, has been sampled by artists like Tupac, Dr. Dre, and Mary J. Blige. Known as the godfather of neo-soul, Ayers had 12 albums land in the Billboard charts over his 6-decade career. His family said he passed away from a long illness. Roy Ayers was 84 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, former Social Security head Martin O'Malley on how potential cuts could put older Americans at risk, and what to know about President Trump's cryptocurrency plans.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington, and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.